What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Capitalism Lab, episode number 10 already. And we left off in a pretty good place. I did two things off camera that I want to touch on really quickly. The first, probably the biggest thing, we ended up purchasing, or actually opening our own radio station. And my reasoning for that was we had about 200 million in cash at the end of, or about 100 million in cash at the end of the last episode. I let that run for a little bit, got it up to around 200 mil, and purchased a radio station. And I think what I want to do is use this internally to help our branding for the bank. So I think over time, if we can land a few different contracts and make this profitable, this is a different venture, but it's kind of just going to sit there for now. But we had the cash to do so. I didn't want to put it in the market. I couldn't find any good deals, and I didn't want to pay off the bonds that we owe just yet. So that's what we did first. Secondly, we opened up our first branch again, which is exciting because we can finally start taking in deposits and make this bank profitable. So the simulation's just been running for about a year or so, just off camera, trying to accumulate some assets, and we're about to start that again and let the deposits grow. At least I think they should start growing. I'm not sure if this means that this is the current setting that we're on, or if, I mean, it looks like deposits are increasing already, so that's good. I think now we just kind of let that run and grow. But we were on 700k. This should help our, this should be going up. This is still going down, which concerns me, but our margins are good. So I do wonder why, why our deposits are still going down. That's actually a problem. If I hit this, what happens? I don't want to stop doing either of these things. I wonder if this should go up a little faster then. And this is still declining. Why is that? So, as you can see, we still have a few complications. Just because eventually this is going to hit 0, and then what happens? I wonder, let's just say, what if I put that at must take? I mean, our bank capital ratio is still 132%. If we look at our balance sheet, yeah, deposits are declining. Cash is kind of just sitting at 36 mil. And loans to customers is around 84 and declining. Well, or just staying flat. Yeah, it has to be around 70%. Oh, it has to be around 70%. Okay. I got you. I got it. We're losing money, and this is expected just because we opened our first branch again. That's nothing new. I'm just wondering why our deposits continue to decline, especially when this is how we rely on revenue. Our deposits are not really moving. If we do pay if I do pay a higher rate, I would maybe would see this. Let's say we do pay 4%. Okay. Instantly increasing faster. I don't want to go too fast now. But what does this do to our profit? And we all of a sudden, margins are shrinking a little, as expected because of our increased rates. What does our income statement look like now? This is already significantly higher interest income than last. I think this is this by month? Yeah. I want to see this update at the end of the month just to make sure. But All right, we fell below 100 mil in operating profit now. It's kind of concerning. I want to see if this updates. Hey, did we just miss it? We did. So at the end of October, I'll look. But okay, all of a sudden our deposits are now at around 100 mil. We might have to make another injection, which I'm prepared to do. Now that we're paying 4%, we took on a good amount of deposits. Defaults aren't anything that high. All right, the October month is ending. What happens? This is year to date. Okay. We're still negative. Even with 8 even with 8 mil in annual interest income, our margins were just kind of cut. So we ended up not really making any more money. Last year we did about 7 mil in interest income. This year we're at about flat. Our revenue's really been flat. I want to see this pick up. I'm not sure how else we can decrease the deposit interest expense unless we pay less, but then our deposits go down. So it's, I think we just rely on deposits to hopefully increase, and we might have to make another injection then. Looking at our balance sheet, I have must take action on. Our capital ratio is still at around 94%, which is great. As long as this doesn't fall below 7, then we're fine. So we got a lot of room to work with. I think we just leave that run for a little bit and see what happens, but I'm hoping these two graphs will start to pivot now that we're taking in deposits for this branch. We have around 56 mil 57 mil in deposits, which is great. That's great. 0.8 0.08% market share. Not bad. I want to get this back over 100 because I know we have some bonds due in 2029, I believe, starting. Actually, let's just go to financial actions. Yeah, so I did pay off around 16 mil of these bonds early just from the open market, but we basically have around 200 mil expiring over the next 5 years or so. If I make another injection, I don't know if we're gonna be able to cover that, so we might have to roll these forward. But I only see this shrinking. Now, why is that? Probably our operating overhead. And it continues to shrink as well. So yeah, we got some issues. We do have some issues here. Margins have shrunk to 3.7. Unfortunate. If we do, we could always increase this, but that does come with some additional liquidity risk. I would think since we're in mostly 60% AAA, we can afford it. Now we're making around 9 mil, which is nice. Okay, so maybe this is expanding. I would think, but if we bump this up to say 75, how would that look? Okay, automatically increases this. Bump it up to 80. Even further. Can we surpass 8 mil and see where we are? I just want to get this flat. Default rates are really not bad at all. It's just the rates we're paying. That's why I just feel the more deposits we take in, the higher the rates that we have to pay. But even on these AAAs, we're making 6.2%, and the most we're paying is 5.5. So there's a little bit of margin there. That margin just has to cover the all these fixed costs that we have. So yeah, I mean, look, the gross profit isn't really the issue. It's just I want to make sure we're liquid. Cash balance isn't really moving. On 36 still. Yeah, now that we have 80% of loans, maybe if we do another injection, we could loan more money out. Is that how it works? Because I thought it would be a combination of the deposits that we loan out, the deposits that customers bring in, and then also any cash. I think we can loan out. So let's say I make another 40 mil. Let's just say, let's do a 40 mil injection and see where that gets us. We're almost at $200 billion in loans too. We're making a lot of money now, which is great. At least 10 mil in interest income. Good. Now we should start to see some sort of improvement in this, which we have. It's just slowly trying to at least break even. These expenses should be fixed for the most part. We're not going to open another branch yet. We're not going to increase the training or advertising budget yet. I think it's just a matter of waiting for deposits to increase, and they are slowly but surely. And in turn, that should help. The injection should help. Our cash flows are kind of suffered a little bit after that, though. Especially with this media station doing nothing. Our ratings around... Oh, okay, this is why. Our monthly budget's maxed for the media station. I'm not sure how to read this chart just because I don't know if this is our market share or this is our market share. It says local advertisers is this color. I thought that we are considered a local advertiser, but maybe this is us. I don't know. Either way, we have a pretty big portion. This is one of us. Current advertising pricing 10.17. That's fine. I think that's what we charge people. Okay, here we go. I think this is okay. This is the firm. We're making around 2 million a year. We just cannot cover any of these expenses yet. Wow, we're really losing 36 mil on this. 5 mil a month. Oh, okay, that's brutal. Is our top line revenue growing though? Let's wait until the end of August. We're at 718,000 in revenue. Revenues, is that right? I don't know if this depends on contracts. Our quality content's getting better. Almost the end of August. Let's take a look again. So 718,000 last month. Are we growing that? If we're not, I'm just going to reduce the budget because I don't want to deal with this yet until we get our bank ready. 789. Okay, it is 977,000. Slowly. I guess I should have paid attention to the bottom line. But yeah, I mean, all right, the end of September. So we're losing around 4.6 million a month on this. Actually, really disturbing. About 10 days left in September. If the bottom line's improving, then I'll leave it. We can afford the cash hit. But I want to see improvement. All right. It is October and it is improving. That's just going to take a while, unfortunately. but we are seeing an uptick. So let's keep it how it is for now. This is a longer term play too. We're not expecting any revenue out of this anytime soon. It'll probably be a few years before this thing hits profitability. Yeah, we're already down 62 mil on it. But let's take a look too at, just to cover these two things, we're gonna go ahead and look at a few more real estate plays, just because that's been our reliable niche that we can go to. I want to see. Okay. In Pettibone, we can expand with the commercial unit, and that might be it. Yeah. Let's put a commercial. Ooh, wow, a lot of real estate right here. Somehow. We got the money for it. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's get a commercial building up here, and we can afford probably a mini medium tier. Yeah. What does this buy? A lot of stores here. I'm surprised there's nothing in this middle area yet. We already have a place there. I think right here would be fine. Yeah, community convenience is great. Distance and rent attractiveness are okay. We're going to let that go. And then we're going to look to add maybe one more. This is just a regular apartment. This is also an apartment. Maybe another commercial building right in this little section here in the north area. I think that'd be nice. Yep. Wow, that's expensive though. Oh, it's expensive, but I know it'll bring in reliable cash flows, so we'll do it. That's about it though. That's yeah. Let's hold off on any more before things get too congested, but that should help. Oh, let's get the simulation running too. Hopefully that keeps us over 100 mil. I'll be comfortable then. I think we peaked at like 140. How are we in the rankings? I'm curious. So we're 36 years in. We don't really have that much debt. We're actually first in debt. Everything else is so. Our asset turnover is 19th, if that means anything. Yeah, we're not expanding as fast. We probably could have taken on more debt to expand a little faster in the beginning, but we're 8th in real estate though, and actually 6th in, well, out of probably the 6 players, 6th in banking. Media, yeah, slowly making a dent. There's kind of a monopoly in the media area right now. Oh well. So now we wait for those occupancies to increase. We're gonna let that run. Okay, our banking profits slow, almost breaking even again. Our revenues improved. We're now making around 860K a month from the banking venture because due to our injection. I'm a little nervous just because we have about 3 years to hopefully pay off the bonds that we owe. So yeah, we might face a little bit of a crunch here. Let me make sure we're still taking in deposits. I assume we are. Our loan to asset ratio is about 80%. A little bit of a risk in case we start seeing defaults. But the GDP growth is healthy, unemployment's healthy. I don't see why we would yet. Deposits around 81 mil and increasing. Great. This is finally looking really nice. How's our branch alone? Up 43% over the past 36 months. We're over 100 mil due to, I think, our 2 new units that we just placed. Very nice. We're now paying a more reasonable rate too. Below the competition, but we're getting there. So things are looking good. I know I'm doing a lot of monitoring here, just on our bank. I just want to make sure this can break even, because then I don't have to monitor as much, just because there's no cash bleed. I might end up making one more injection, though. We just don't. I want to keep 30 mil in hand. We just don't really have enough to pay off these bonds in 3 years yet. And this is under 100 again. This is probably all due to the media unit. I know it is. But our profit's increasing, and our revenue's actually increasing exponentially. Wow, I like that. I like that. It's just patience now. And I think a lot of the growing itself will probably happen off camera. Just because there's not much to really say about these units. We're back over 100 mil. We could make a play in the market in the time being. Come back looking for some opportunities. Kroger took a little dip. I think, were they the ones that just went through the acquisition? The problem is none of these have any publicly owned shares I can buy. I always have to pay a premium for these, and that makes it frustrating. Especially with things like Nike, that'd be really tempting. Ark owns 100% of Nike. How is this a public stock? Technically, it's not. But yeah, Nike looks really tempting. How much would he want? Let's just say if we did purchase some from him. He doesn't even want to sell to us. Ferraro is looking. I think just IPO'd actually would look really nice. They don't want to sell their stock either. Cool. Wow, none of these companies have public shares. Everyone just snatched it up. Everything. Wow, we can't even make a play if we wanted to. Our only option would be going into the bond market and trying to just take some return, because that's better than nothing. It's kind of just sitting here. At 49 mil. You know, what's yielding? Why are our bonds are yielding 5%? I wish we had a better credit rating. Unfortunate. LG's yielding 4.5%. So how much can we buy? 10 million. That's better than nothing. Let's just park some cash there for now. We'll take it. It's virtually nothing, but oh well. So that's looking good. I'm thinking we do. I really want to get this profitable before the end of the video. I'm thinking we make one more injection, but our bonds are coming due in about 2 years. One of the options I guess we have is to roll them over, even more forward. And that might be a better bet. The only reason I suggest rolling our bonds forward would be to make this profitable finally, so we don't have to inject any more into that. And then also get this going. Because this might break even a lot faster than I thought. We're back over 110 million in operating profit, which is nice. Can I pay any of these off early? I didn't know oh wow, our character. So our actual CEO is around 114 mil. Sitting here. Can he buy back some Super Shots stock? How expensive is it? I don't want to get diluted. And yeah, it's kind of just flatlining at 820. PE of 21, down 10%. You know, this could be a good time to buy back, and there are no public shareholders, of course. I already own around 23% of it. It's kind of scary, that's it. The only people worthy of a takeover, if it happened, would be IKEA, which is actually scary close to doing that. Can I buy some from them? What would they want? They want 2,000 a share. Yeah, no. I mean, our person's money really does nothing. Like, it's not a huge deal. Uh, can I deposit this in a? Can I deposit this in super shots? Like, can I do anything? I want to see if my personal character can do anything with this money. Uh, bank deposits, he can. I think. Good. Okay, I like that. I like that. We might as well deposit in our own bank. 10 mil. There's a deposit cap. Can I keep? I can only put 10 mil in here. Okay. Well, might as well spread this out. How can they deposit? How? Why can I deposit more in Panasonic but not Super Shots? Am I reading this right? Okay. Well, maybe we just put it in some bonds. The rest of the money. I really don't want to help out my competitors. And wait, was this my? Whose money was this? Don't tell me this was the corporation's money. Oh, I should put it in a savings. Well, doesn't hurt too much. If I withdraw 10K, where does that go? Oh. Balance be transferred to your savings account. See, okay, this is a little sloppy. Okay, yeah, that was just, never mind. That was just from Super Shots to Super Shots itself, so I don't know if there's anything we can do about it, just these personal funds. It would have to be here it is. Perfect. We like that. Okay, good, 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 good. Now I think it'll actually go, yes, that's better. 10 mil. Still not the amount I wanted to, but I guess we just put it all in savings. I don't really have anything else to do with it. Like, why can we put 100? Not gonna do anything with the money. Might as well keep it locked up for, say, 5 years. It's unfortunate that I had to put it in our competitors. I don't know why there's a cap on us. Maybe, I mean, it could be just a conflict of interest. But at least this is disposed. Now over 122 mil. Very nice. Are we seeing more success? This is so close to profitability. We might actually be seeing more success. Okay, this is starting to flatten a little bit. I don't know. I don't know what would happen if I raised pricing versus. Like, I don't know if it'd be better if we have a dominant position in the market to make more money off of it. Still probably just gonna leave that. Our ratings are around 18%. I want to see this increase, and it has only gone up. I'm gonna trust the process and say as long as this continues to increase, then it's only been open for 3 years, so not really expecting to turn a profit until like 2040-ish, 2045, maybe. So we'll let that run. Okay. I really want to make this profitable. One more injection might be enough. We didn't surpass 200 mil yet in loans. Okay, I could do one of two things. I could increase this ratio even more, but that could bring on some liquidity concerns, even though I'm really not worried about it just because defaults are so low. If I bump this to 85, how does that look? Still not going to get us over the hump. Really unfortunate. We're close. This is a very capital intensive. I guess okay. Let's make an injection again of say 50 mil. We'll roll the bonds over if we have to, and so be it. Are deposits going back up? Sitting around 88. No, they're not. I wonder if it's just because our rate isn't competitive enough again. Okay, that's my one concern is when deposits start to fall, that's when we're in trouble. I don't want them increasing too fast. I want them decreasing because then this decreases. But for some reason, our existing loans aren't really going down. It's around 206 mil. I know an injection would do it, and we are so close. Let's put in 50. That should be it. That should be enough to get this thing profitable, and I think that's where we'll end the episode. But we're making really good amount of money again. We opened our first branch and we didn't shake the boat too much yet, so that's good. Our loans all of a sudden went up to 250 million, as they should, because we just deposited 50 mil. Loans to assets around 85. Our margins are 5%. I'm hoping this does it. I think it will if we give it time. But looking at this graph, it looks like we are positive again, while we are accepting deposits. I might have to pay a higher rate then if deposits there. I want to see this get over 100, and then I know they're going up. Looks like they're increasing though. So maybe I was just kind of paranoid. Not increasing as fast as I would want, but it's 7%. Over long periods of time, I think it'll be fine, as long as this is sustainable. So we're in a good spot. I just want to see a positive number, and that'll be it. -5, really? It's looking so good too. I'm gonna give it one more month, the end of January. Just give us one profitable. There it is. Beautiful. All right, everybody, we are in a good spot. I hope you enjoyed that episode. We're finally profitable with our bank. Our media firm is getting there. It's a work in progress, but it went a lot. It's growing a lot faster than I thought it would. So it's something to keep in mind. Hopefully we can start to link that to our bank and improve the actual marketing. Our deposits, managing our deposits, I think, is something to keep an eye on next episode. We added a few real estate numbers to our portfolio, but we're in a very healthy position. 100 million cash to finish the episode, over 150 mil in operating profit just about. Some bonds are coming up due in the meantime, but we're in a good place. I hope you all have an amazing weekend, and I will see you next time.